Hi, in this video we will be talking about the student browser, how to access it, and how to find what you're looking for in Admire. Let's get started. In Admire, go to School, Students, and this will open the student browser. Over here on the left, we have the search area. It is currently set to look up all students, but if I choose the drop-down menu, I can choose to look up only current students. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to use the hammer icon to make that my default, because I always want to default search current students instead of looking through my entire student body. I'm going to hit search, and that will load all of my students that are currently enrolled in my school. Now over here I have an entire list, and I can scroll down to see or find the student I want. If I want to see the student ID, I can go over here and next to the student name and find that little drag icon and drag, and you can find hidden are all the student IDs. But for the most part, you won't need student IDs. It's just good to know that it's there. You can click on a student. In this case, I'll click on Eli Basser. And over here, you'll see all the relevant information for the student. At the top, we have the student's last name and name. We have the fact that he's a student and not an alumnus, well, which would make sense because we searched through all current students. We have the address of the student. We have the birthday, both in Hebrew and in English. And we also have the age of the student. We have the parent account that this student belongs to. Because remember, everything in Admire is based on accounts. And the account that we have here would have the student. So this student is attached to the following account number 11, Shmuel and Chaya Rachel Basser. Underneath, we have, again, the drop-down menu for student. You can choose to change the student or to alumnus from this drop-down menu. We have the responsible account, again, the account ID number 11, as we just saw up on top. And over here, we have more details, again, showing the parent account, the parents. We have their address, home phone number, cell phone number, and email address. Over here at the top, we have where we can access our student logs. We can see the student number, which is something that if schools want to have their own numbering system for students, they can add a student number there. We can see the term that the student is enrolled in. We can also see the grade and the status, accepted, etc. All the other relevant information, locker, dorm, start and end times, etc. can be found over here. At the bottom part is where we have the main information. We have various different tabs that will go through each individual part of the student. So for example, we have the medical tab, which would have all sorts of medical affiliates such as doctors, nurses, dentists, eye doctors, etc. Anything that you want to affiliate to the account so we can easily look things up would be over here. And also any sort of medical forms such as immunization records and emergency forms. Over here in the family tab, we have all the members of the immediate family over here. We can see the parents, and we can see who are primaries if we wanted to, primary caregivers if we wanted to call them, for example. We can also see any of the student siblings enumerated below. On the bottom part, we have relations. So if there's any cousins in the schools, or if we want to have if we have an account for the grandparents and we want them to be tagged here so we can send things out to the grandparents, nachas reports, etc., those will be found over here. Under the affiliate forms tab, we have any sort of other affiliates that are non-medical that are related, such as, contacts or tutors and the like, and this can be found here, and as well as any other forms such as trip forms, tuition contracts, and contact information. Associations are where we can link any other outside association to this account. For example, any camps or perche groups or anything that the student is tied to or nogea to that person that is relevant for the school. So in this case, we have Camp Chevra and Simon and etc. Like different organizations. If we had a MentorMedia program or we wanted to attach him to a Chevra Shas, that would be where we would attach that over here. Classes are which classes the student enrolled in. And enrollment shows all the different classes and topics that the student takes, such as general studies, Limud Kodesh, however your school has it set up, including the grade, the class, the department, the subject, and the teacher. The schedule will show the student's schedule by time, and you can see over here everything is showed up in a beautiful calendar, so we can see exactly where the student's supposed to be at what time. Attendance This is pretty straightforward. Any attendance records, whenever, by default in Admire, whenever a student is there, we don't have an attendance record for him. But if there's anything, for whatever reason, an absence or a lateness, that would show over here. Marks would be where any tests would be found, such as Chumash tests and Ian tests and English, etc. Meals and buses would show up in this tab. Education would show where the student learned prior. So for example, in this case, since the student is in high school, we have an elementary school over here. And special services would show where any sort of special needs, tutoring, assistance, and the like would be found. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped. We here at Admire Academy are constantly putting out new content for you so that you can learn how to use the software to its fullest potential. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.